Well, good evening, friends.
Good evening.
And welcome to our evening of trance mediumship this evening. It's my very great pleasure indeed to introduce to you to Alan Webb, who I understand has been giving these trance talks for around about 20 years. He tells me that they've taken a record of every one that he's taken, all the records of everything that has happened. And he has on tape, and he's brought a number of them with him tonight. These tapes are available for anyone that wishes to obtain them at £4.50. And they are tapes of all his meetings. He will be taping this evening's meeting if anyone should wish to acquire it. Then of course they can order it at, as I say, £4.50. That's postage included. He tells me that in about 20 years he's only had about 3 of the same questions asked, which is amazing when you come to think of it. There's maybe quite a number of similarities in people. He's only had about 3. Whether that's the last 20 years or 2 years or not, I don't know. These recordings were over the last 2 years, but he had the full 20 years experience. And so it's obvious that he has been well received. People have gained a lot of information from him. He has one there, a tape there that I noticed, because it happens to be of a Yorkshireman, passed to the road of Surrey, and he's managed to come over here without a passport. And in that recording, of course, what was his name? Arthur Bellamy. He talks all about his life on this earth plane and trying being able to be checked and everything, where he lived and all the rest of it, and that's one of the tapes there if anyone would like to. So, I think with those few words, I welcome both Mr. Webb and Mrs. Webb to our church. I'm sure that they will feel that welcome, as all mediums that come to our church feel that welcome that we give to them. And I'm sure that not only will we have a very good evening, but I'm sure they will also feel that it has been really worthwhile to come to Horwich this evening time. And now I'll leave a short talk in the hands of Alan.
Oh, thank you. Good evening.
Good
evening. You know, trance is a very delicate subject. It's a very grey area. In actual fact, basically trance is an altered state of consciousness. Now you may hear people who say, yes, we do trance. No, I don't know anything about it when I come back and all that. I have yet to experience that. In all my experience, I work on an 80-20 basis. Sometimes I can recollect 80% of what's said. Sometimes I can recollect 20%. It goes in that sort of variation. However, we'll discuss this probably later because we do have a little question time when we've finished. Briefly, I will explain this to you. That there, should everything's fingers crossed, you know. I mean, there's nothing pre-ordered. If they come, they come. If not, we're all going home for 7:45. If they do, okay. But there is a main control who presides over these sessions that we have. He's called Sanda, which is S-A-A-N-D-A. He is an excellent control. He will only allow those through who he feels can contribute. We never fully know how many are going to speak to you, so it's as big a surprise to us as it is to you. there can be as many as 4, 5, we've had 7 different spirit people who've come through. Now, it's not a transfiguration demonstration, but nevertheless, it has been known for some transfiguration to take place during this session or during the demonstration. So what we do, we used to have an orange light up front, but we found that the Spirit said it disturbed the optic nerve of the congregation. So of course you can understand that. A lot of grey area with those lights as well, because they cast a lot of shadows, and some people think they've seen things which they haven't seen at all. They've seen shadows. However, so we've eradicated that, and we propose to switch this light off and leave those 2 lights on, which gives adequate light that you need anyway. Another instance is what I will tell you this: they call me this one. They always have done. From the very first time they ever came through, I am known as this one. So if you hear those 2 words, it means me. So also, once they come in, you know, this demonstration, this service is yours. The energy they use is yours, and they will develop and mould that energy. I do not like to say things till afterwards, because autosuggestion is a very naughty thing to do. So you can say things to people and the imagination runs amok. So we'll not do anything about that until afterwards. So we'll have a little talk afterwards. Now the main thing is, before we do start, because I can feel, again, I mean, this preparation, what didn't start here, it started all day. I prepare this, and it takes me from waking up this morning, and I do it in a gradual process. I'm fighting for words now, but we'll get through. The only thing I would ask you to do, please, is that once, oh yes, will you please, I'm talking to you now, will you please join in quite freely? If they say something that's funny, laugh, for goodness sake, you know, let's enjoy. The Spirit they love the enjoyment of the reception that they get from the vibration of laughter. It motivates them, and you'd be surprised where that goes into the Spirit light. So, for goodness sake, please encourage them and speak to them when they do come, as I know they will. The last thing I will mention before we get on with it is, when the period comes that the communication has finished, which will be obvious, I would ask you then to try to keep as quiet as possible while things are put back in perspective, as it were. It does lead to some great disarray to myself if a noise happens during that time. It can be a quick time, it can be a short time, it depends. But I would just ask you to do that if you would, just at that period. Where afterwards it doesn't matter. Once we've started and once they're in, you can play a big drum if you want. It doesn't really matter that. But just we hope that you will. If you've never experienced trance before, then there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. All they're doing is changing my conscious state into theirs, and just putting mine a little bit on one side, which we'll discuss afterwards. Okay? So can I just have a drink before we go? That's about it. It's a very simple procedure. No deep heavy breathing or going into all song and dances. It just simply will happen. Okay? I'll leave the service now to you good people.
Now friends, to allow Alan to go into his trance, we always start our services by singing at a hymn and an invocation. We, who are in spiritualism, realise and believe that this is a form of Holy Communion service. We are, in fact, in my belief, doing what we were told years and years ago, to whenever possible hold that Holy Communion, that we might understand and realise more fully that life is continuing. And so this evening we're having that privilege of once again holding Holy Communion in a spiritual form. And So shall we start by singing our hymn to build up the vibrations, to make us all feel that union between the two worlds and that inspiration and guidance. And we're going to sing hymn number 229, the first and last verse. The first and last verse. And after that, I will be giving the invitation.
Mausanda, Shigana Bosa Sanda, Shileta, Sanda, Chutukanda Bosa, Sofika. Mais to Gozanda, Sanda coming with you, talking with you. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening to you, very nice for you to be here with us. It's very comfortable with your energy fields, very welcoming to us. Yes, thank you very much for your reception of this one. Yes, thank you. We are here to do service to you from the light of the Spirit. We're waiting for a while just to get this volume clear, yes? Pausa. Sankosama pausa. Mausa. Better now? Better now. Hello. Pitkamda. We have some with us talking with you, please, tonight. Yes, you wish to information of the Spirit. You shall receive this from the light of love of God, yes? The environment in which you are now is very convivial with this. Should it not be so, we could not, of course, introduce this sort of communication with you. We have prolonged and prolongated this thought energy field into sound, so that you may be invited to learn of the Spirit light via this induction of what you term noise and sound. We in the Spirit, of course, have now such thing. The manifestation of sound is the manifestation of thought. The manifestation of thought is the beauty from the Spirit light. There are those amongst us in the light who enjoy such freedom of spirit that they can perambulate wherever they wish and enjoy and endure that which is given to them. Within the Spirit light, of course, there is no what you would term work. It is termed duty. It is termed joy. And so we begin with this one as we begin to clear the voice box to enable others to speak with you who have, of course, wished to enjoy this communication with you. You would like to hear some of our friends who would love to speak with you, yes? Thank you very much for your response. It's very good, very positive. That light which you emanate to us, of course, knows no bounds. The energy field of yourselves is echoed throughout the Spirit light by this one. And those to whom you have fond memories within the light of the Spirit can recollect this energy as we abound it through the Spirit realms. And they can, of course, touch you once again. You can bass on the voice and the Marjada. Malik comes with you now. Hello? Uncle Malik, yes? You hear sound, yes? Of Malik, yes? Malik was in the spirit realms many times with the physical light connected with you. Malik has been here. Malik has touched the earth's surface for a short while only. And then we go into the light once again as we travel through the valleys of the Spirit.
Each time we learn and teach others how to enable themselves to go through the passageway within the valley of the Spirit. There are those within this light who teach others in the great halls of learning and have united with you also. You call them guides and helpers. They come from the halls of learning and must go there to get this rendering of the Spirit light in which we can cohabit with you again and reiterate that which you already know within your consciousness, for you are of the Spirit light continuum. That is me. I am really it. Yes? We speak against you when Sanders that allows me to come with you. Yes? We release this one for a second or two. We have learned sounds too with you. You understand. We have learned of days. We have learned of weeks and months and years and minutes and seconds to enable us to converse with you. As such things do not exist within the Spirit light. Yes? Thank you very much. Shumbata Sanda comes with you now, yes? Malik will talk you later, yes? He will talk with you soon, yes? We have another one. We'd like just to bring him with you just to start. From our voice box is no curriculum. We have workers who work on this, yes? They continue until we get it right. We use these periods just to coordinate with you. Chandapa, Funta, we have Robert now wish to talk with you. You would like to meet Robert here?
Yes.
He can be with. Hello. Hello. I'm called Robert. Hello. Oh, I haven't been here, have I, before? Oh, it's lovely. It's nice. It's nice, Auntie Pat. Lovely colours. Oh, there are some lovely colours there. Oh, you do look beautiful. Do you know, I have a friend. I have a friend called Warren, and Warren has gone with a lady, and he's gone into the halls of learning, and then when he come back, and Warren, Warren's going to speak to this one and all, and then we'll be together, won't they? But we've got to go, and we have to listen to the lady Anne because she takes us, and she's taken us right through. But I'm learning more every time. And when Warren comes out back from the halls of learning, you see what happened was, when the lady Anne brought Warren and we met together, and we were together, and we were only friends for only a little twinkle, but then he knew he had to go into the halls of learning, and then I had not to speak to him then because I have been there. And I know what they do in the halls of learning and how they get your concentration on your mind, and they make golden jigsaws in the halls of learning. And so Warren, and to know about me because he would have known, wouldn't he? And he wouldn't know, he shouldn't know. He has got to find for himself, hasn't he, in the halls of learning. And he has to make the jigsaw, golden jigsaw himself, and when he had done, then the lady hand will bring it back to me, and we can then be together, and we will be like brothers then, won't we? Yeah. And then I can then, you know when I first came into this bit, and I had to look after all the animals, and they taught and they showed me how to do it, and I went and I learned all about the animals and what they do, and if Samuel will let me later, and I can tell you all about that if you want. But I don't know whether he will or not, but we're going to see if he will. I'll ask him. Shall I ask him? Because I can do this now, see? See, I can do that. I couldn't do that before, could I? No. But I can do that now, see, and what's this? I can do that too. I can do that. It's nice, isn't it? Good that. Anyway, with this voice box, isn't it a mess? But we'll get it right anyway. They'll get it right, before they're clever than these people. Anyway, it's nice, isn't it? I've got to go there. But I'm coming back. I'm idling while they come back. And Mr. Malik looks after me, Lady Anne's not here, and I'm idling Mr. Malik, and then he calls me a pest, but I've got to come back, haven't I? So he does then, and then lets me come in, and I've got to go. Can I talk to you a bit?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Thank you. I'll speak to you a bit. I'm not going far, I'm only here. I'll go anywhere. All right. Thank you. Chukudwa, Pumwa, Sanda coming, yes? Most of us, Sanda, yes? Much to do, much questions with you. We have seen questions with you. But first of all, before we do this, please, would you listen to a friend you have
he has an affinity, it says, with this gentleman here. Bishop that. How are you?
All right.
I'm all right, mate. There's a Yorkshire folk. You had more Yorkshire folk in.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there any more in? Just 1 week. And we're only getting 1 week. 1 week and all this. Well, it's nice meat there anyway. It grabbed his 100 chap, doesn't he? He said he was good to me. That Gelton fella. They'll get this right there. Then also, I found when we, just know when we go and we talk to folk and we'll go out place and we talk to, and I always ask for Yorkshire folk because they seem, I find, you know, this is no disrespect to you others, you know, but there's no, I always found, just see, when I went Stockport and I worked in the old territory, I worked with Reef, you see, but anyway, I had to go within, well I've been through that, so it worked out better, didn't it? Then people ask me if I see wife, I thought of it, just said, well, I don't know where he's gone, he's getting somewhere, I don't know who's looking after him, but I feel sorry for him. But that's the way it goes, and anyway, me and I were together, and that was the main thing, and just see, we passed through together, so maybe that's why I had to meet wife, to see. I'm glad we did anyway, because I get no bill, eh? So I had to go there, wouldn't I? Anyway, I come from Barnsley, you know.
Oh, Barnsley.
Oh, originally, when I was a lad. Oh, I used to go to Barnsley, so big hills in Barnsley.
Yeah.
There's that, I know, hot cobbles and all that, though, but no, we finished up where we did, but look where we are now. So it don't matter, but if they don't come from Yorkshire, they still finish up at Spirit Light. So that right then, that sound, that guilt, you see. Anyway, enough about that, so I started going because Sandra said, well, I'll probably come back again anyway. It'd be nice having, it's nice talking to me. It's right good to meet the old fellow, no. But it'll do me that. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit.
Cheerio.
Some good colours here too. Oh, yeah, we start come back and I'll look at that again. Alright, shooter. Thank you so much. Sandra coming, yes? We can now start. The voice box now soon to be okay. Yes? We have got the clarity now, yes?
Yes.
Will you now please ask a question to the Spirit Light and we will see how we can reply.
Right.
Yes, to the bound son or Kusunda.
Well, I have a question here from Gareth. Is it possible to meet others who are on a higher level?
Paishanda Pavishanda Sanda. Malay talking now, yes? Is it possible to meet people on a higher level? Yes?
Yes.
One can discern this, how you get higher level. We talk on higher level with thought or talk on higher level with purity. Within the Spirit Light, there are many higher levels. There are many purities. There are many. One was talking on this sort of subject with you. We talk in relationship with the color frequency in the Spirit Light. One has suspected that not all the people of this light who come to this place called our earth, yes, have begun their descriptiveness learning of the Spirit in the correct function. The function within the Spirit of the light is always to be with the colors. There are respective worlds in the color world. The color worlds are themselves worlds within worlds. Those who you talk of the higher minds are those who have advanced as you yourselves will and must. It is automatic that you do this. You learn of these treasures as you get involved in the Spirit Light, as your function improves with your thoughts, as you become relative to that energy field, which takes you yet again into another color function, into another color world, as it were, and the unison of that, until you come to the causal world. Within the causal world is the group soul. Therein lies many things, many of the higher souls. So yes, the answer is, of course, if you think right, those you interpret as the higher souls, you yourselves can be one of. It depends upon yourselves. Yes? Chungoda, next please.
Yes.
Bashand Kosunda.
I have from a John B. question, why are mediums developing quicker than they were some 20 or 30 years ago?
Sanda come again, yes? Maestro Sunda Sanda. Very inquiry question, that very excellent question, yes? How you develop this thing, we tell you this way.
within the fulcrum of this place you call planet Earth here, there is becoming a divination through the envelopment of the other outer souls. There have been many discussions within the spirit light as to how this place of yours can be recaptured. It has been escaping the spirit light for quite some time, as you call it. Therefore we have encapsulated within this energy field such souls as have not yet touched this place. They are being born into this place. Such lights such as never touched the earth's surface, such colors and frequencies as that which has never been before apprehended. Therefore it goes along the same level, that should these souls who come from not of earth, who come from other spheres, and have a relationship within the spirit light, which cannot be defunct by materialistic thought, but can be encouraged and nurtured because of the involvement of that soul to the higher realms, as you call them, of that spirit light or color or image from whence it came. It is coordinated within the core of this place for the betterment of such. Thus you will see emerging into your life the spiritual figures which have been missing for quite some of your periods. It has been known in the past you had what are called God people, God men. We say this to you, upon this place shall be many of the such, and through their light shall come the betterment and purification of that which has become very material, and the light shall adorn this place, and once more it shall become spirit. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
I
have another question. I have a question from Jean Gilbert, who says, can you explain why some who are passed to spirit realms come to us straight away with messages of love, whilst others do not come for years, if ever?
Chromatet on post and it's in the bauste. Yes, Bauster, we'll let Robert tell you this. We'll let a child tell you this. Yes? Hello? Hello? Do you want to know?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'll tell you now. Well, shall I tell you what? Oh, I can tell you all about this. I know about this. We've learned this. What happens is, shall we, oh, this is a good story, this, isn't it? What happens, you know when you go from this place and you come to our place, isn't it good this way? We can talk like this. Well, when you come into our place, and what you do then is, because you have got very, very close to the people here, and your energy has got very close to them, then your coordination with them is very, very close. And so before you have encapsulated into the spirit light, right away, this isn't in all cases, which I shall tell you later. I am now talking in my long voice, which I have learned to do. Can you understand my long voice?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So this is good teaching for me too, because I'm learning to talk properly. Does it sound better too?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Anyway, what it is this. When you have your peoples here, your loved ones, and they have just come into the spirit light, and they can coordinate with you because they have been with you for a long while, and that love bond is very, very, very strong. And so that love bond itself is an energy field by which it coordinates with you and can be often replaced by that force which is from the spirit light through that spirit which has just come into the light. So you have, if you want, I'm getting very clever here, you have, if you want, you have a physical person, and then you have a bonding into the spirit light of that spirit person that's just passed over, and they have a light which from their loved ones in the spirit. And that energy is used to coordinate that so that there can be comfort to those who are left behind. And that is how it is done in that case. Now then, you get other cases by which they go straight into the spirit light and you think they've gone forever. Well, forever, you know. Have they, folks? No, what they do, when that has happened, you can get people who, you see, can I say this and all? Those in the first instance, when they talk, sometimes they can be They can be a very spiritual person, or they can be, don't know anything. So it don't know anything, it don't matter that. You see, when you came here, you know when you all came here, when you come from the Spirit, you know, you didn't just come, you just pop up. You came from the Spirit, so you have within your soul, yes? You have within your soul a reflection, a remembering of where you were before. So if you have gone onto these your words, not ours, onto the higher realm of the light, and you came here, believe it or not, for a rest. Believe it or not, you do come for a rest sometimes. Then you will go automatically into that colour world, which will take you into more advanced. So therefore you are very, very much involved in the colour world, and you are very much involved with those who you remember from before you came to here. So you are leaving loved ones and going back to loved ones, aren't you? So if you remember and you know the ones that you have touched here are going to go back to that same place, because nearly always they do, then you start preparing for them, don't you? So it is pointless to use all that energy, isn't it, to say, we're all right, we're here, because you're going to know that anyway, aren't you? You see? A lot of it is thought, and this is another word I've been learning, reassurance. You see? Because a lot of people don't need reassurance, but those who do need reassurance, should it be from those who have gone on very, very quickly, then we'll always find somebody somewhere, I'm sure, that can tell them of the Spirit. We like to think we can anyway in the Spirit light. Yes? So that's my long words and all. I got a good tick for that while ago. I got a tick. I got a tick. Anyway, thank you. Chundaba. Sandakari, yes? Most
We have a Ken Cartwright here who asks, with preparations for Earth changes underway, UFOs being sighted, freak weather patterns, changes in the light, earthquakes and other disasters, the signs of changes to come, what role is the spirit world to play in these changes?
We love this sort of conversation. It is very motivative for the light to have such things to progress on. Within the confines of all that you talk of, all these intermediate things, all you call UFOs, yes? You call this terminology UFOs. You call the light changes, all the frequency, all the energy fields, all the earthquakes, yes? All this motivation within the sphere you call Earth is to bring about gigantic change. Within the spirit light there are warning signs which tells us of such things as you call disasters happening. They are being frequented and harmonized by the spirit light. Should they cause some malfunction within the form of universe of which you term Earth and its planets, then that shall be recompensed by the outer energy fields which shall come into bear very, very strongly. Now, within those circumstances, as you talk of Earth's fissures appearing, there will and must be some accidents. That will be coordinated within the spirit light and recompensed upon this place 1,000-fold. For every light, a soul which is taken from this place, 1,000 shall be placed upon this place with the light. That is the recompense we give from the spirit light. You talk of UFOs, this coordination seems to be predominant within the youth of this place. The colour worlds will play their part, as we have already stated to you. The embodiment of all these things shall nurture this place. It is not the first time this has happened. It has happened before. That which you know not of has occurred here.
it has begun to reoccur again. The embodiment of the light, to call spirit, is the energy field which frequents all galaxies, all spheres of light and life. The unification of that which you call UFOs is merged along the outer galaxy of this one, and so on. Within the framework of all worlds is the spirit light, the outer ring and energy of such places. All have within their framework their what you call spirit light. The communicative relationship with the outer faculties, always given by the abiding spirit, coordinated within the function of that encirclement. So that which you term UFO is given permission by the spirit to use the energy field. We hope somehow we have been able to give you some description of that very, very intelligent question.
Thank you.
Should have posted that.
Now, we have a Jack here who asked who founded spiritualism and when?
Cranty standpunktstanda. Mausta shitty thikenda sada. Mafashita. I don't. No. Just know, I get some questions asked me when Horwich, you're not on me. But also talks about who founded spiritualism, just see. They're talking about spiritualism as they sees it, or they're talking about spiritualism as it involves with spirit light. Now, they're talking about it involves with spirit light. Nobody founded it, spirit founded it, because it's been here as long as they have. It's been here as long as there's been folk on this place. There's been a unification between spirit light and human beings ever. It must be, because you're all one and the same. They cannot invent something that is. That's a soul. That's a spirit. They can't be killed. They can't kill energy. There's been here, there's been there, there's been all over the place. So that which we're here, we're part of them. You see? So they can go, they can come back, they go everywhere. They'd be surprised when they goes. But there's enough to do. It's spirit light. We don't talk about other places. So I'll just say anyway, whenever they thinks about spiritualism, if you take the reason off them, they talk about spirit. You see? So part of the same thing. Now there has been folk who say, I can't accept this. They're talking now, they're bringing religion into things. They're bringing interpretation at spirit. All religions are interpretation at spirit light. And how it's been given and how it's been received and all. Into mind, into thought. They can only interpret sound as folk give a thought into sound, you see. And if folk misinterpret thought, that sound gets misinterpreted. So they've got to think individual, you see, about anything that you even offend, in its own fish and chipism. You see, do you like that fish and chip from yon? They're not done tell anymore, does they? So they'd say they want some else, and they can have black puddinism. So they become the black puddinist. You see, it's all its interpretation. But at the back of all this and thread running through all things is spirit light. Can't be out else, because it is. We're here, they're there. There's a lot of other folk here. So we're all same. Same light. They get different colours, but they're both the same light. Because there's a light beyond this, there is. There's a light beyond this spirit light. And there's a bigger light beyond that. And there's a bigger light beyond that. When they're talking eternity here, they can't comprehend eternity, they can't comprehend tomorrow. Just see, that's how vast spirit is. They're not talking about an ism, they're talking about a belief. They're talking about an acceptance of how it is. And that can only be affected through soul, through spirit, through unification of what is. They all think they're right. Every one of them think they're right. But they're in their right as their feels. And if they feel comfortable with whatever it is that's in, that's good, because God's touching them. So we don't want this differentials, we want it all to be unified, so that we can touch everyone. You'll see. One thing about the spiritualism, I know, we can do this without no fear. It's a really put them away. There's many unfortunate folk doesn't know where they should be, you know. Only it costs me to try to tell somebody something. And they knock them away, then was. However, they get rewarded spirit because they tried. You see, they can only try. If spirit like says that's it, then they get them to do it. And if they come here to try to do something, and they tries, they get a strike. You see, they couldn't really go through this life and try. Whoever does that, that's who he asks them. So I hope that question's been answered. It seems a little way around it, but it's one way we can get to me and tell me. Just see, you know part at same late. That's all part at same is about the lots. It depends on how they can accept it and adopt it. Just see. I get brought up really. Right, I'm shutting up now. Traumatized, send me coming. Yes, please. Talking to you now, yes? Officer, Meister.
This is a question from me. Emerald in Britain, from Spirit, spoke of eternal progress open to every living soul, which is our seventh principle. How is spiritual progress achieved in spirit?
Within the Malik would like to answer, please, yes?
Malik coming with you now, yes? What happens in the spirit light? Eternal progress, yes?
Yeah.
Eternity is a very strange thing, very, very difficult to envisage eternity, yes?
Yeah.
But of course, we have a progressive, if you wish. All light is progressive. All light goes into the greater density. Whether it likes to do or not, it will do this. The progress can either be swift or very slowly. But all spiritual souls go into the light. Every soul born is the light. You are. You cannot be created. You have to be and have been here for always. Eternity is your home. Progression is your divinity. That which is the purification endures and endures throughout your frequency, never ending, eternal. You may find yourself in your progressiveness, edging towards the outer perimeter of the various spiritual planes to which you will be encapsulated. As this evolves, you find yourself embroiled in the many personalities with which you come in contact with. You have within your fulcrum that which is called the id, from which you learn the word identity. The id is your soul, your very being. Eternity calls and craves for your beauty. That image which you call your God is the eternal light which is far beyond all souls, for which they crave adoration. The instinctiveness of that light to create and reach that eternal goal is the progressiveness of the light. That which is shall always be. There are many variations which are very descriptive in their sounds and relative idiosyncrasies which identify with such journeys. Nevertheless, these are uniformed and become very compatible as you go through these frequencies within the spirit light. And always remember this: you are only aware of one perception at any one time. Therefore, the perception of which you become at any one time as you relate shall be that which is progressing towards the next perception. These are the stairway and the stairs into the light and love of what is permeated and known as God. So yes, the soul is indeed eternal, and this progression is natural, because it is within the law of the God force. Chukadamba Standa, thank you.
Thank you.
Mosa.
I have a question here from Christine. What happens when we pass over? Are we met by our loved ones? Are there houses or anything comparable to our own here on earth.
Majestaken sanda, majestad dito da. Settle past stunda funda. Hold out, I'm here again. This is right up my street, this is. I can tell you, just know that talking out to somebody who knows more than most about this. No, I can take the back, then all when we passed into the spirit light, and as the events worked out, just see, it felt like Stockport. It looked like Stockport, just see. There were folk there who never passed on, and we see them again. You see, Tommy's right with you, Larry Blatchford, they're all here, one or two more, and we've seen this, but we passed through it. No, there's a bit of depth here for you to think about. We passed through it, and through our learning at Spirit Light, you see, we've found out now that them places do and are there. You see, because what happens is this, Delos, there becomes a night there as that's here, that's out. There's no depth out. Oh, every bit about this out. Just think on it. That fountain of all things all there. They're talking to themselves. They're answering back to themselves. They're not listening to themselves. You see, so when they goes from this place, then first impression is sometimes not all talk folk at all. Which we like, they can be there anywhere else. Who can do out about this lot? Anyway, first impulse is to that folks, so they can create this world, you see. They can create out their wants. It's spirit like. They create the body again anyway, in some places. But don't forget, that's elite. Right, and there's that.